Okay, here we go, guys. Hey, everyone in chat, thanks so much. Glad to have you all. Welcome to the pack. The X1 pack. Okay, here we go.
Oh, maybe I should change shirts.
Change live.
Okay.
On camera.
Yeah, probably a good idea. His shirt was highly inappropriate, everyone.
It had naked people on it.
It was horrible. Yeah.
For Twitch, doesn't that make that appropriate?
Yeah, on Twitch that's appropriate.
Yeah.
On Twitch that gets us more viewers, right?
As long as you just show some chest, you're fine.
Yeah, he should do it. We should do a shirtless cast one day. That would get everybody.
A summer cast. We'll call it our summer cast.
Summer.
And then your idea for our kilt cast, that'd be a great one.
I know, yeah. All of us wear our kilts and then have the Kinect camera for a couch cast really low, so, it's just, that would get all the viewers, yeah.
All right,
Everyone
everyone.
would be impressed.
Here we go. Let's get this show on the road. Welcome, everyone, to X1 Bros. We just got a nice close-up of Mark Haywood on camera. That was fabulous. We are all Xbox One all the time. Xbox One, we heart you. We're your #1 Xbox One podcast on the internet right now. Voted by you, the fans.
And me.
And me. As this is podcast number 14, let me mention that. But as always, I am joined by the crew of crews. First and foremost, he's got a 70-inch TV, but no, ladies, he's not compensating for anything. He just loves big TVs. It's Mr. McSpicy, Spicy Man, Mark Haywood.
Hello! It's glorious. For all of you who are new, instead of a 5-year anniversary trip, me and my wife bought a TV, and it has made. I've been in a good mood for like a week and a half, so it's a beautiful thing. Good TVs are fun.
It is beautiful.
I totally thought you were gonna just stop at no ladies.
Oh,
That's why I was laughing, but then you kept going. Okay, sorry.
That's funny.
okay, do a jerk one to Jordan. Now.
And second, he's our resident Canadian, and his internet might suck, but he does it. It's rad like my dad, Mark Ashley.
Except when I have a milkshake.
Yes. And his internet...
I just totally messed you up, didn't I?
I don't even know what to say to that. So I'll just move on to the man of the hour. Ladies, it's time to weep, for tomorrow he gets married. Yes, that's right. It's his last night of freedom. It's Jordan the man, Jordan Paskett.
Hi.
Classic. I love that you wave first. For everyone listening to the podcast, you wave to them, since they can see that.
It's kind of like a farewell wave, too.
It is. This is his bachelor party right here. He decided to spend it with us, the X1 Bros.
True gamer.
Yep. Right there. Anyways, we got a great show for you all today. Let's get this show on the road. The news with the Bachelor, Jordan.
Okay. Well, since there's E3, everybody's just recapping E3, and it's a pretty light news week, but we got a couple things for you. First thing, Watch Dogs. They finally finished updating the PS4, and they are going to start working.
And he's doing air quotations.
Say quote unquote so people can hear your fingers.
For both those pauses were air quotes for those of you listening.
They're going to start working on the Xbox and PC now. Well, it's planned, and who knows what that means.
Yeah.
Ubisoft, in my opinion, is not really
Uh-oh.
the best at patching stuff. So,
Yeah.
anyway,
And
so,
we feel it as gamers. We feel that. We feel their patching lackiness. That's a word I just used.
Yeah.
And made.
don't get me wrong. I think they're a great company, and I think Watch Dogs is a good game. But there are a few issues with it that need to be fixed. And I'm glad they have plans, quote unquote, to fix it.
Nice.
And that's coming to the Xbox and the PC. So I don't know why they did it in the order they did it. Maybe they had more sales or whatever, but that's the order they decided to do it this time. And we are getting the updates soon.
Yeah, I am.
Battle-
I am
Sorry.
seeing. Sorry, just on that note, I know a lot of people that have that game on the PC are not very happy because it's had all kinds of problems and issues.
Yeah, so I don't know why they. I would think you can. I know it's all. Well, we can talk about it in the discussion. But anyway. Next on the news, Battlefield beta. For those of you people who have the closed beta, I think it's only on PC right now. It might be on PlayStation 4. But those of you that have the closed beta, EA decided to unlock everything. Everything is it's a full
Weapons,
release of
everything,
everything
yeah.
they have up until this point. So basically, it's a full release because I'm sure the game's almost done anyway. If they're in a
With all maps, all weapons, all
they
don't
said
have
all
a cap
weapons
on
and
levels.
gadgets. I don't know. That's actually a good point. They said all weapons and gadgets. I don't know if that means maps too, but like all the way up to like level 50 or whatever the Battlefield cap is, everything is unlocked for the last few days of the beta. So
Wow.
So even leveling is not capped because I know that was in the past Battlefield betas that I've played in. They've capped the level.
I'm assuming it's not capped. If you're going to unlock all your weapons and gadgets, you're going to have to unlock the.
Yeah.
And that's what they said. All weapons and gadgets. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
true doctrine.
Unless they're doing some way where everybody can use them. But anyway, so if you have the beta, check that out. It sounds pretty cool. Sunset Overdrive, you can be a female character for our lady viewers out there if you would
Nice.
like. Or for the guy viewers that like
I
to be
love
female.
being lady characters. As
So,
you well
and,
I do
know.
too, actually.
Yes.
That's what me and X1 have in common.
Yes.
We love the lady
Titanfall,
characters.
I'm this slender, exotic woman from the tropicals. It's great.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It is. No. Anyway, they also have
You made
gender.
Jordan blush. You made him blush.
They also have gender-neutral clothing, so very gender-neutral. The guys over at Insomniac, so you can basically wear whatever you want, be whoever you want to be.
Nice.
Fully customizable. You can change your skin tones, look like glasses, whatever. Fully customizable. So
Oh, I do like that.
that's cool. Everybody likes customizing characters.
Customating.
Customating. Anyway, so that's cool with Sunset Overdrive, a game I'm actually pretty excited for. Xbox One for our Japanese brothers and sisters over there listening to us.
Konnichiwa!
Yes. They are launching with 29 games
Nice.
over there, including Dead Rising and probably a lot of the bigger hits. They're also launching with a game, total Japanese game. You can tell just by the front picture. It's called Raiden 4, right? Roman numeral 1V. That's a 4, yeah.
It wasn't Raiden. I've heard of that one before, Raiden.
There's
Raiden's from Mortal Kombat, but
there's
I think he's an actual mystical god, but I can't verify. I don't know, but
Raiden is who I was.
I think he's loosely based on. I don't know. I have no idea. Keep going.
I don't know. I
Jordan.
think it's
Sorry.
kind of one of their exclusives over there. It's a fighter jet with purple electricity coming out of the back. It's
Oh.
a Japanese game through and through. So
Doesn't
if you're in
Nintendo
Japanese
basically
games,
owns Japan,
yeah.
so that's a hard market to break into. So good luck, Xbox.
Raiden is a Chinese-Japanese word for the physical phenomenon of whatever, thunder and lightning. That's where it comes from.
Oh, that explains the lightning
the
coming
lightning
out of the
coming out of
jet.
the jet.
Oh.
Nice.
Raiden 4 it is. All right.
Right there, Mr. McSpicy, our resident scholar.
Yeah. Thank Google. Thank you. So,
All right, in other news, the Madden art cover came out. It is Richard Sherman on the front cover. I'm sure no one cares about that, but it was in the news this week.
I did see that. That matters to me. I love Madden, and it kind of fits because is it the first defensive player that they've had on Madden? I don't know if it's the first.
No, remember they had Troy Polamalu and Larry Fitzgerald?
Well, Larry Fitzgerald's wide receiver, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
remember
I don't know if
Polamalu.
have they had Brian Urlacher. I feel like they have, but maybe not.
Well,
But
it's probably
they-
to go along with their whole
Yeah.
defensive thing.
That makes sense because they're focusing on defense. They don't normally put defensive players. I can't wait for that game to come out.
Actually, and it does look pretty cool. So even if you're not a Madden fan, go check out the demo they showed at E3. I'm actually excited for it too. Me and X1 Bros buy them every year, and we play each other.
Yeah.
FYI, that Raiden game was there was a 1990s Raiden game,
Oh, so it is a remake.
scrolling shooter arcade game. Yep.
Oh,
cool.
nice.
I never played that one, but yeah. Just so everyone knows, I've never played that. I just know I'm from Mortal Kombat.
Last thing on the news is apparently there's going to be a Dead Rising movie. I feel like there's been 15 Dead Rising movies already.
Yes.
So-
slash TV shows.
Slash TV shows. So I don't know. It's cool that they're making a game into a movie, I think, but a zombie game into a zombie movie, they're kind of all zombie.
Been there, done that. I'm a little zombied out.
Unless you have what me and Mark were wearing in some of those levels,
Yeah.
it'll be your typical zombie movie.
Or I feel like it'll be like Cheech and Chong with zombies.
Sean with Saba. Okay.
You know.
That's funny.
Hey, before you go on, Jordan, you have seriously upset chat by saying no one cares about what's on the cover of the Madden
Oh,
game.
well, we do. Usually Madden's not a big hitter. I'm sorry. I'm excited for it. I was just for the general audience.
Tokyo Rose,
No,
though.
no. That's a big
I know
game.
these two aren't very excited for it.
That's good with the.
Well, I
party.
think
That's
they
good.
started
Okay,
like
keep going.
NFL
going.
word there. Okay. Sorry,
Keep
guys. Anyway, that's it. Light news week. Everybody's just recapping E3, so that's, I guess, what we're doing too. So
Nice, yeah. No, hey,
E3 was great. This is the newest news for the week, so
yeah, like the good luck to Xbox in Japan if they can crack that market. I think the thing is, and I really enjoy Japanese games. I like their style. They're not afraid to be weird.
That's a good way to put it.
And I like that because you get a lot of gold. Nintendo. That's why I think Nintendo's franchises, their franchise IPs, are so successful. Because Japanese creativity is just a little bit different. Their tastes are different, and that plays well to some audiences. So if Xbox can be successful in Japan, it benefits us with more Japanese-styled games, more Japanese developers, etc., etc.
Yeah, more games.
Yeah, more games. Woo!
Yeah.
Speaking of more games, how would you guys like more games for less money?
Saving
Oh.
the day
Yeah, segue.
and your wallet.
Mark Ashley, what can we buy for as little as possible?
Okay, deals with gold up until the 23rd of June. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition is $35.99.
I actually saw that. I was thinking about it.
40% off. I know, I thought about it, then I realized I'm cheap.
And then I looked at my wallet, and I couldn't.
Then I realized
I'll-
it's Steam
yeah.
sales week.
Then I realized I have no money. Also on deals with gold is Strider, and it's 50% off, making it $7.49. I'm a little hesitant about buying some of these games, like the small ones, because they'll probably be the games with gold in the next coming months, and so like might as well just wait. Best Buy has Lego The Hobbit, $10 off. It's $39.99. I haven't played The Hobbit yet, so I
Yeah, I
don't
mean,
know.
it's typical Lego game. I
Yeah.
really like the lighting
Yeah.
that they did in that game, though. It looks good. So
Okay, and then this one's probably our best deal of the week. Amazon has the Xbox One stereo headset for $49.99.
oh, that's $30 off. That is a good
Wow.
deal.
Yes,
Wow.
it is.
So if you
that's
have
a great
not
deal.
picked up a headset, that is
Yeah.
probably actually the best deal for the.
Yeah,
for your dollar
that's
right now.
The
That's really good.
cheapest, newer, next generation headset
That's
that we
only
have.
$20 more than the headset that your Xbox comes with, which plays no sound through your ear. So that's not a bad
Yeah.
deal at all. Cool.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then GameFly has Rise Son of Rome used for $17.99.
Cheap as
Go
it's
get
been.
that game.
Cheap as it's been. That's a
Yeah,
good
that's the cheapest. Yeah, go get that game. And then they still have Titanfall for $37.99. But that's about
That's it. That is the deals of the week, everyone. So get out there, spend some money, and get some games.
Unless you want Thief for $19.99 at GameFly, but
And I doubt
think-
you do.
I think that should be a used $19.99, not
Yeah,
or new, not
exactly,
used.
exactly.
That's enough, the both of you.
Ow! Ow! Ah! That means it's time for us to talk about what we've been playing
Ooh.
and what we've been up to this week. I'm all tongue-tied tonight. What's going on? Let's start with Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood.
I'm trying to think back that far. I played 1001 Spikes on the Couch Cast. I'm going to go backwards. Yesterday with you guys. I loved that game. Couch co-op was probably the funnest thing about that game. It's a very hard game, single player, but playing with you guys, with my bros, it was a lot of fun. I played actually a lot of Watch Dogs as well. I still love that game. I'm probably 33% done now.
Nice.
In the game. I don't know. How close are you, Jordan? Where are you at?
I'm on the last mission still.
Well, I know, but like overall, the overall.
Oh, overall, I think it was like 49%.
Yeah, you're killing me.
So,
But anyways, I played that Hearthstone. I played StarCraft 2. I've been watching a lot of Twitch because when I can't play games, I watch games. So
I watch people
yeah.
play games.
I watch people play games while I work.
What made you
yeah.
pick up out of curiosity? Because a lot of people might not know about 1001 Spikes. It has not really gotten a lot of play. It hasn't got a lot of publicity. So what made you?
Even on Twitch, there's not a lot of people playing it either. It's a game. If you've ever played a game like I Want to Be the Bashi, or I would even categorize this even closely to. It's as far as difficulty, Super Meat Boy. Not that they're very different games, but it's a very challenging single-player game where, although you can play co-op, like I said, but you are going to die a lot. A game like I Want to Be the Bashi was created basically to make it impossible to beat, except for a select few. I mean, these games are very hard, and they're very trolly. They put spikes in places you don't expect, so you die. I think when I played I Want to Be the Bashi, I think I died like 70,000 times or something. Yeah. It was ridiculous. They have a counter up at the top on that one. In this game, 1001 Spikes, you have a finite amount of lives, unlike Meat Boy or I Want to Be the Bashi. So you only have 1001 lives to beat the game, essentially. That's why they call it 1001 Spikes.
Cool. What would you rate that at this point? I mean, I know that you've not really gone through it. Let's take it single player co-op, because I think that this is a game where with co-op you can definitely.
If you like old school challenging games like NES Ninja Gaiden, Turtles, and then even the games that we have, even Mega Man. Scrollers, I mean, they're scrollers, but they're very hard scrollers. If you like those kinds of games, absolutely buy it. It's only $15 on the Xbox Arcade. This one is very hard. I was watching a listener and friend and a person that's always in chat, Six. She was streaming it, and I watched her play it, and that's actually what made me pick it up, even though she promised and vowed she'd never play it again.
Wow.
Because it's that hard. She was only on, like... Chapter 3, and I don't even know how far the chapters go, which is very early on in the game.
Yeah.
It's hard, and so single player. If you're a rager, might not be the game for you. But if you like challenges and can calmly, you get mad but calm down. It's a game that's very I mean, it's even pixel art. It's old school. The music, I love the music in it. It's hard, but it's satisfying, and it's frustrating yet satisfying is the best way I could say it for single player. For co-op, the pressure completely disappears. You're just having a good time. We all had drinks. We all had potato chips. We were laughing our heads off trying to figure out how to get past certain places. One of my favorite couch casts of all time. So if for couch co-op, it's and there's not a lot of co-op games.
There really isn't. Co-op.
Anyway, so... If you have a lot of buddies at a college campus or something, that's a great game to just sit down and try to beat.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That is. I enjoyed that a lot.
I'm very biased towards this games. At $15, I say it's an absolute buy, but that's just because I like those challenges. I like the old school NES side-scroller games that are nearly impossible, like Turtles or like Ninja Gaiden. For me, those are nearly impossible. I know a lot of speedrunners can nail it. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah.
But so I say absolute buy. David, what do you think? I know you didn't like it single player as much. We had this
Yeah, I
discussion.
could see myself not being into that single player, but I love the social aspect. I love working together with you guys in the couch co-op. A lot of games don't offer that. In fact, very few do anymore. And so it was refreshing. It was refreshing to sit around with your friends and try and beat a game all at the same time.
Yeah.
And so for that aspect alone, I think it's worth the buy. I definitely
It's only sorry to cut you off. It's only couch co-op.
Yeah, couch
There's
co-op.
no multiplayer online. That
So,
should be- no.
having said that, I definitely think for single player, it takes. You have to like those types of games, and I
Yeah.
like those types of games up to a point. I don't know if this game would do it for me as a single player, but it definitely does it for me with some friends. So
Yeah, I say definite buy both, but you say only buy if you got friends that'll play it with you. Yeah.
yeah, well, that's me. I mean,
I mean, but yeah, that's
not my
us.
style
We're different
game. So
gamers.
yeah, so absolutely.
I love the game. I love the game. I love the music. So I'm
Yeah, I do
completely
like the
biased
music.
towards
I do
it.
like the. I'm a big fan of the 2D pixel art right now as
Mm-hmm.
well. That's so big. But George the Man, how about you? What have you been up to?
Oh well, the couch cast we did 1001 Spikes and then UFC. UFC, I like that game. I just get mad. I get
'cause
mad when I
you're-
lose.
You're a Street Fighter. You're more of. I wouldn't want to say button masher, but that game is as far from a button masher as you can. I mean,
No,
it's
yeah. Well, it's
very
different from Mortal
sophisticated in its
Kombat.
combat.
Mortal Kombat's one of my favorite fighting games, and I get mad when I lose in that game too. So, but no. So we did that. Yeah, we did UFC, which it looked really good. I was impressed.
graphically
There was-
very good.
Yeah, and there was a lot of cool stuff about it, and it was fun just kicking and fighting when me and Mr. McSpicy were fighting, and then even when me and Red like
Because
my
we
dad
were
were
button mashing the whole time.
yeah,
which is
and
really
even
fun.
when we and Red like my dad were fighting in X1 Bros, that was fun too. And then we did 1001 Spikes, which was fun. And then of course I did little Watch Dogs this week. I actually went out and bought WildStar for the PC this week. I played a little bit of that. That's about it. Mostly Watch Dogs though on the Xbox, just trying to get that 100%. So
Nice.
and yeah, I thought I played another game. What? Oh, that's what I did. I did load up the Dead Rising Ultimate Arcade Alpha Awesome Edition, and
Without-
yeah, and I was just goofing around.
And-
Yeah, I was just goofing around. I mean, I didn't play it really seriously. Well, I guess you don't really need to play it seriously, but I was
Actually,
playing around with that game.
I played it too, just so you know, without you. So
Yeah, and it's pretty fun. All you do is just basically you got 2 minutes to do whatever the objective tells you to do.
Oh.
And that's it. But it's pretty fun. So yeah, Watch Dogs, Dead Rising, the Couch Cast, of course, and that's about it.
Very nice. What
All
are
right.
your thoughts? We haven't got your thoughts on 1001 Spikes.
I like it as a co-op game. I think it was fun. I mean, I haven't played it by myself, so I can't really speak so much for that. But as a co-op game, I thought it was awesome. Just sitting around, like you said, if you're in a dorm with your friends, just play it.
Just go
Sit
to
down,
town.
go grab 4 controllers and play
Kill
it.
each
Yeah,
other.
so
It's great. I really like. Jordan
like to
would
battle
always
cry
take off
before
at
I
the
go in.
beginning and screw us all up.
well, that's the thing. You guys, if you do not work together, everyone dies.
Yeah.
It's true.
So-
It's definitely maybe the first 2 levels you can do whatever you want, but after that, it all has to be coordinated and teamwork. So it really is a teamwork co-op game.
Yeah.
But
yeah. You can't have David running up and going, oh! and then we all just die, like normal.
It's true.
no, but 1001 Spikes. I think I would get really, really angry playing it by myself.
yeah, definitely.
I mean, I got angry playing Dark Souls, and that didn't have spikes randomly shooting out at me. So, but
Dark Souls, that game got me mad too.
yeah. So, well, it's just one of those games that it's fun, but it gets you mad at the same time. No, but definitely as co-op, I think it's a really cool game. Cool idea. Too bad it wasn't like an Xbox Live co-op. That would have been fun. But the couch co-op does make it fun still. So
Yeah, I love the social.
I like
aspect of the
as a
couch
co-op game. I really like it. I'll have to play it single player and see if it's still as fun without your friends. But I think having your friends there is really what makes it fun. I mean, just like back in the Halo days, having your friends over—that's what made it fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
no, that's true. That's a good point.
So.
Mark Ashley, Rad Like My Dad, who we lost there for a second, but is back. For those of you watching the stream, his camera is having some difficulties, but he's still here. Not to worry. What were you up to this week?
Well, I think I spent more time on the phone with my internet provider than I did playing games this week.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Oh man!
And I won't say the name CenturyLink, but I'm just glad to say in a week and a half I'll have fast internet that won't
Yay!
cut
Yes.
out ever.
Yes.
I can stream whatever I want
Whenever
without
you want.
any consequences whatsoever.
I still have to cancel them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
keep
no,
going.
literally, I've been on the phone like 4 times with them just to cancel. And then they like hung up on me like 4 times too. And I was like, what is wrong?
bad.
Anyways, okay, I played Trials for a little bit, and I was streaming that for a little bit until I realized that my internet is crap.
This is just an internet rage session right now.
Yeah, this is my rage session. And then I played a little bit of Titanfall this evening.
Titanfall.
Just before-
Nice.
I suck, man. It's been too long. Like I was like last place on every round, and I had like 20 attrition points every round, and I was like, whoa, I'm really bad.
Man,
What
that makes
happened?
me want to play that now.
Yeah, like
Was it fun still though? I mean,
oh yeah. It's still you get into it and you still love it. You know, it's fun. Just I played like 4 rounds, and then I was like, okay, that's good for now.
Yeah,
But
there's
that-
just been so many games coming out. None of us
Yeah.
have really played that
Yeah,
lately.
it's been at
so-
least 3 weeks.
Yeah, it has.
At least, since we've played it. But still enjoy it. Still a good game, because I was thinking maybe they've lost their edge and maybe it's done, But no, it's still really good. I still recommend it. Glad I got it. And it's been a lot of fun playing it, right? With
Glad
all
you
of us.
didn't sell it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, because I realized that I could just rent Wolfenstein and play it in like 4 days instead. But that was about it. I was really bad. I didn't really play a lot this week. Just a little bit of Trials, and then Titanfall.
Cool.
That's why I got in Titanfall. I was like, I need to play something. this
So
week.
we've asked everyone else. Let's ask you, what are your thoughts? And I feel like this is a
1001?
good game to talk about because it really hasn't been advertised at all. I
Yeah,
mean,
we didn't
hasn't
even know
been
about it until
marketed.
Mark brought it up, right?
Well, I
Until
knew
we
about
had
it because I was watching.
I
People
saw a
on
couple people
stream.
stream it,
yeah,
but I
saw
never
it when it
watched
popped
it,
up, but just kind of came out of nowhere.
Kind of a deja vu to my Nintendo days in a way.
Yeah.
It's fun. I really do like playing it as a group because it's hilarious. Because, like, no matter what happens, you can't get through unless you're all really on the same page. And it's
I mean, yeah, we even had Ashley. We had you jumping up and blocking bullets,
to get
Sacrificing your body at
Just to
one
die.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, you were a body shield.
because I didn't even want to try doing that round, and so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna try and get shot.
And when it worked, that's what helped us beat that level.
Yeah.
So,
How much is that game? I didn't even know. What, like,
$15
15?
on
Yeah.
Xbox Live. Yeah.
You know,
On Xbox
it's-
Arcade, I guess.
Like Jordan was saying, I don't know how it would be single player. It's probably I don't know how it even plays
It's hard.
single player. Yeah,
it's hard.
probably really hard.
After like stage 3, like I mean 6. Remember, I was telling you, I was watching her play it.
Hmm.
She said on stream, "I am never playing this again." Essentially, So- it's hard. It's a hard game.
That's
So-
funny. No, I think it was a fun game. I think it'd be fun to have your friends play with you. So it's not online multiplayer. Is it just co-op
It just couch
or
co-op.
online
Local
co-op?
co-op.
Couch co-op.
There's no online. Yeah. So if you play multiplayer, everyone has to be in the same room as you on the same box.
That's kind of cool because it's kind of brings back some of that. Like
Yeah. It forces people to buy chips and bring drinks.
it forces people to socialize.
On the couch, what are we
Actually, see
cavemen?
people in real life. What the heck?
Having said that, well, I'll get into what I play, but I was thinking about this as you guys were talking about that game. That style of game, hard 2D platformer, it's really kind of all the rage right now. And a game that's kind of like it but different is Super Time Force. It's a difficult game, but the style of Super Time Force I feel like suits me because it's only single player better than this game does. And I don't know why. I'm sitting here trying to think. I think maybe because it's a faster paced type of game. I don't know. I don't know why. Do you see what I'm saying? I can't see why they're the same style game, but I don't know why I prefer Super Time Force for single player, anyways.
Because
Super Time Force has
Force,
that,
you're supposed to die.
yeah, that different concept. You know what I mean? The
You
time.
can die.
Yeah, but it's still super difficult. Like that's
Yeah,
the
no.
point of that game too.
I
Oh, it
think,
really is.
David, I think you love it when people come out with new ideas.
Yeah, that's true.
Time Force was kind of a new concept for us because you could repeat time over itself, and I think that you found that refreshing. Maybe is that?
Yeah, maybe. I think maybe it's the pace, the shooting, the characters, the bosses. Whereas 1001 Spikes is like running through a dangerous maze. There's, you know what it's a different type of. It's slower paced.
It's very slower paced. I mean, you have to memorize levels to beat them.
Like
It's
one
level
here
memory.
we go. One game that I love that's super hard as well is Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, that one is fast paced too, but it's kind of it's not as fast. I don't know. I mean, I love that game too. So I'm trying. If you don't know why you like it, how are we
I don't know.
supposed to-
I'm just asking for some input here. Anyways, I was
No,
just thinking about
yeah.
that, throwing it out there. Sorry, that's completely random. But I love that game. Co-op thing, it's fun. I don't think I would ever play it single player. I think I'd be with 6 on that. But definitely,
Dude, I'm
there
streaming
for
that
co-op.
game. Are you kidding? You guys are gonna see me rage bad. You're gonna see me clench my teeth.
Anyway, so
and start
obviously,
yelling.
so obviously this week I did play 1001 Spikes. Also played UFC. I like UFC, but UFC I think as far as fighting games go is more of an acquired taste. It's much more methodical. Great graphics. I don't think anyone like or dislike that game can deny the graphics on that. The character models of the different fighters look so good.
Mm-hmm.
It really was like what Fight Night was for the Xbox 360. Remember when you first saw Fight Night, you're like, whoa, this looks so good. That's what UFC is for the Xbox One, I feel like. Just looks really good. I love the methodical counteract and act, attack,
Yeah.
defense.
That was
type
that
of
whole
fighting.
concept. I've never played a fighter simulator. That's kind of what I.
That's a good adjective for it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Fighter
It's
simulator.
like it's not a button masher. It's not fast. I mean, all I did was press one button the whole time and punch your head.
That's hilarious.
That's all I did, and sometimes I knock you down. But there's so much more into that. It was definitely. I don't think it's my kind of game because I don't understand how that the simulation on fight. It's hard for me to wrap my head around it.
Yeah, well, you
and
definitely
plus,
have
I
to-
didn't do the tutorials. and-
Exactly. I think if you did the tutorial, it'd make a huge difference.
Yeah.
That is a game that you have to know what you're doing. You can't just come in and button mash.
and that's what I did. So it was. I mean, it looked. I mean, I want to give that game a chance, so I will. So I don't. It's a game that it's a fighting simulation. So you have to like that kind of. I don't know. Just I guess you try it out, people. Watch Twitch. See if you like the concept behind.
Yeah,
it,
if
'cause
you've
it's definitely
played
not a
if
button
you've
masher.
played the other UFCs and wondering if this one matches up, I think it does. It's very good. I really like it a lot. So yeah, definitely check that one out. I also played Mad Max: Curse of the Brotherhood. Still haven't beat that. Played that twice this week. I'm really close. I'm into Mr. Mustachio's, Dr. Mustachio's, his lair. So I'm almost I'm almost there to the end. I love that game. It's just fun. I love those fun games. Great artwork, great soundtrack as well. So once again, that's it. I kind of want to go play Titanfall now, though. That Mark mentioned.
Yeah,
that.
man, I always forget that we
I
have that game.
No,
I know.
it's such a good
It's 'cause
game.
And it's so fun. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's really good.
Because
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
disc.
Oh, that's what it is. Honestly,
Oh, no.
I hate discs. I want to just tell
I know.
my
I look
Xbox
at it on my
to
screen
go.
and I'm like, I could play that, but I have to go pick it up.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to go get it.
Exactly.
That's what that probably that might have something to do with it. Laziness. We're all lazy gamers.
And this means it is time for our discussion. It's the time where we open your minds, broaden your horizons, where we talk about the wonders and mysteries of the universe that is Xbox One. And this week, actually, I think we should start with some emails, guys. We missed emails the last couple of weeks, so I picked out 3. We actually had a lot more than 3, but I picked out 3
Emails.
that we could talk about. First and foremost, this comes from Ace Pilot. That's his gamer tag on the Xbox One. That's how he contacted me. He said, X1 Bros. How?
Okay.
All right.
I
like where this
I
is
love
going.
pronouncing that. Anyways, X1 Bros. Just wondering where I can find your theme song in its entirety. It's really great. I imagine Sonic running down a corkscrew, collecting hundreds of rings every time I hear that song. By the way, love the podcast. Been with you from the start. So,
Nice, Ace.
yes, and I think we should. I probably should have mentioned this a couple podcasts ago, like I don't know from the beginning. But that is actually a Creative Commons song brought to us by Anamanaguchi, and it's called Helix Nebula. Helix
All right,
Nebula.
then.
Nebula.
I think that
Nebula.
was on-
Helix
I heard
Nebula.
that, yeah.
Helix
Yeah,
Nebula.
it's on one of my favorite albums.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's on
Anyways,
the Billboard Top 100. I think.
Anyways, it's a Creative Commons license, so anyone can download that. So go ahead, go download that. I probably butchered it, and I'm sorry if the guys that created this song are
Hate
mad
us.
at me for messing up the title. But thank you for creating great music. Yeah, it's a great song, so check it out. Thanks, Ace Pilot, for the question. Next, we have Kenny. Hi, Kenny. Kenny.
Wait,
That is
Oh,
gamer
yeah,
tag.
hey.
we
Kenny?
we totally just made that song like popular though.
Yeah, we did. We just did. When they
done.
hit #1 on the Billboard Top
Let us know if he
Billboard
charges for
100,
it
we're
now.
going to hear Ubala. What was his name? Ubala?
No, Anamanaguchi.
Anamana. Oh,
Anamana.
my gosh. Yeah, I butchered it even worse than you.
Anamana.
Anamana.
Like Gucci.
Anyways, okay, Kenny, he writes us. He said, let me see, I'm trying, he wrote a lot. So, oh, I think I actually got the wrong one. This is live. This is what happens when it's live. So let's, sorry, Kenny. Basically, he's just complimenting us. He wrote another one where he had a legitimate question.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, thanks, Kenny.
he had a legitimate question, but I downloaded the wrong one here. So sorry, Kenny.
Well, thanks for the compliment. That was, yeah, I've been working out and everything, so
Yeah,
it's,
yeah. Anyways, let's move to Six. We all know Six. She's a great friend of the show. She wrote and posed an interesting question. She says, it is estimated that the gaming industry is well worth over $100 billion worldwide. She wants to know, do you feel that the console gaming industry as a whole has dramatically changed in the last decade, for good or for bad? Has the focus for development companies and publishers shifted from their passion of producing quality games to the bottom line, i.e. developers and publishers putting huge amounts of money into games, not being successful and closing their doors? And she cites some statistics. In 2011 and 12 alone, 32 game developers closed the doors because they put tons of money into these huge production games and then weren't able to make that money back. So, do you feel the console gaming industry as a whole has dramatically changed for the good or the bad as a result of this? Let's start with me, actually, because I've had time to think about this question when I read it. I think that there is a place for AAA games. First of all, I do think that the gaming industry has changed as a whole for good. For good. And it's changed where we're seeing the biggest changes in independent developers. They're coming out. I mean, look at the Xbox One and PS4 are really going after these little gaming companies creating these games. That's where the innovation is, and they're not going after this top dollar. Conversely, you have.
I want to cut in. I know. I think this is a complicated question, big time, because the independent scene, in my opinion, is becoming popular because if you have great successes like Super Meat Boy and Team Meat, you have these independent guys going independent largely, I don't want to say all, but largely because they want to do what's creative. And the industry within the last 10 years, pushing these big title games, I see a lot of lacking in creativity. I don't know, not all of them, but I think because A happened, B is happening, which is good, that we're getting independent players, independent, game developers that are able, because of how technology is, we're able to produce games now at a much lower budget, I guess. In some instances, you can have small teams create games, but I want to say it's not. I want to argue, I guess, your point, David. That I think, in my opinion, I think the AAA games have caused these independent developers to come out the way that they have to make these creative games and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Does that make
No,
sense?
yeah, absolutely. I don't think that. I think what has caused the independent gaming industry is the internet. You have Kickstarter, crowdfunding. You can go to people directly. You don't need publishers to get funded through games.
Yeah, I guess.
And I think that's what's
I'll concede
changing.
that point. Well, and that's what I was saying. Like the technology has allowed that to happen, but I think.
Yeah. Well,
I think developers. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah,
David,
yeah. I'll just sum up what I was saying, and probably saying it poorly. But I think that the gaming industry is better off for it. I think that there is a place for multi-million dollars, $100 million gaming budgets. We could see that with Call of Duty, big-time games. There's a place for that. There's a desire for that, and definitely a market for that. But there's also a market to go out there and get your little cheap game that's fun and entertaining, and you can be creative because of technology. And I think it's just given us more options, basically. Yes, developers have closed their doors, but that happens. Businesses close whenever there's a change in the industry, and the change is you don't have to go through a publisher anymore. Jordan,
No.
what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a complicated question.
Yeah, can you rephrase the question real quick, or like?
Okay, has the gaming industry changed for better or worse, and is it due to big budgets in games? Does that make sense?
Games?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think, definitely, I think since gaming from on the Game Boy Color when it came out till, I think it's definitely changed. I think it's changed for the better because you all can get mad at me, but I like, actually, a huge blockbuster game, I always give, I don't know, I like the big blockbuster games because they're, like, for example, like Modern Warfare 2 was, a big blockbuster after Modern Warfare 1 came out and everybody was hyped for the second one. The campaign was, I don't know, I like the big budget games, the huge if it's a well done big budget game, if that makes sense. Like, I think there's been a couple that flopped just because they're not good, but I don't know.
But Modern Warfare 2 took a long time to become good. It really did. Like, I'm a Call of Duty player. Do you know how many bugs that game had for months and months? They released a game that had way too many bugs, in my opinion, because they had to hit that 2? November 11th. Yeah, pretty much every Call of Duty, it feels like. They release a game because they have to release it on November 11th or whatever, deadline they have every year.
Yeah, but like what I'm talking about is like the action-packed campaign. You know what I mean? Like Gears of War 3. That's a huge blockbuster game, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then you got your whole Halo series, which is big the Halo 4.
So I
think Halo 4 was one of the biggest budgets they had, and I thought Halo 4 was outstanding. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me on that one, but I thought Halo 4, especially the campaign, was fantastic.
Yeah. Let me read the second half of Six's question here, and it's just a point. She said that some would say that most game developers these days are one failed game away from bankruptcy. What would you predict the gaming industry looking like a few years from now as a result? So basically, big money drives games. Money drives games, period. Whether you're an independent developer or not, money drives games. You need money to make a game, period. Yeah. Is spending exorbitant amount of money on games good for the industry or bad for the industry?
I think
it depends.
It depends. Like, for example,
it's very
Halo
nuanced.
Took a risk by spending billions of dollars to make a game, and that risk paid off.
Yeah.
Right? What was the game? Don't tell me. It was
high risk,
like
high yield.
What's it called? Don't tell me. Something. It was like a Fable-style game. The company went bankrupt because it didn't do well.
I won't tell you.
Baseball player. Reckoning. That was it. It was called Reckoning.
Oh,
Kingdoms
that
of
is a
Aguilar.
good game. That's a really good game.
No, it's not. Anyway, there's the game for it. Took a big risk, spent a lot of money making a game. The game didn't do well. The studio is now gone. Right? I think it's just... But doesn't that come down to just business, though? I mean, you take a risk.
It is.
You either get the payoff or you don't.
That's how. That's the entertainment industry. If you put in... what is it, like $300 million to create a movie, you better make $300. What's that movie with the guy who goes to Mars? John Carter. I think they put in like $300 million and only got they got less. It was a flop. It wasn't a bad movie, but it's because they put so much money in. How do you expect to make that much money out? I mean, yeah, it's business.
Urgent brought up this point in chat. He says, and let's segue this into Mark Ashley. What do you think about this? But he says most big games are hyped too much, and that was a question that I wanted to pose. So this is a great segue into that, leading off this question by 6. Hype. Are games being hyped too much? I think Watch Dogs is probably a great example of that. A lot of people felt that it was hyped to a degree and to expectations that it just couldn't meet, and that's where a lot of the criticism came in the reviews. Mark Ashley, your thoughts?
From like experience from movies, I've learned not to get too excited for anything because you usually end up getting disappointed.
Yes. That's how I lived my dating life.
But I want to talk a little bit about what Six has said about whether if it's changed or not, the gaming industry has changed or not, you know. And I don't necessarily think, well, yeah, it has changed, but I think I've changed as a gamer. I think I'm more willing to experiment on other games, and that's mostly due to the fact that we have Twitch now. We can rent games, we have friends that play it, you know, and so we can see each other and get their opinions on it.
Great point, actually. Has the gaming industry changed, or have we, or who's changed more, us as gamers,
Yeah,
or the?
I think I've changed way more because you remember what I was like when I first got my Xbox. I'd only play like specific games, you know, like certain ones, and that was it. And then now I'm more willing to play other games. Like we played Thief. We even played Murder Soul Suspect.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and just having access to things like Twitch and even Redbox, where you can rent it.
You
for
can
$1.
just watch it or rent it, or and choose before you actually, you know, because now that they're not really doing their demos so much anymore, but even the demos didn't always give you a great idea of what the game was going to be like.
Yeah.
But I really do think that Twitch has changed my whole gaming ideas as well, you know. It's opened a whole new world to me,
Jordan.
I was just thinking, so about the like blockbuster games.
Jordan raised his hand.
About like the blockbuster games, having more money, couldn't that, for example, a company that has more money, couldn't they potentially make a better product than a company that does not have as much money? So isn't it?
Not necessarily.
No, I know, but it's not necessarily a bad thing to be a big company making games, though, don't you think?
No, absolutely not. I don't think that's the question.
I don't think that's what we're talking about. I do want to say I don't like how blockbuster games. I think I implied this when I was talking about it, but I want to state it specifically. I don't like how games such as Call of Duty is released every year.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things, and I'm glad. There's a lot of things about the Call of Duty series I like, and there's a lot that I don't like, and there's more that I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like how that game. I mean, the game itself, the concept of it, unlocking guns, you know, unlocking unlockables, you know, there's RPG elements to it. That game, it's so, and you can prestige level 10. It is so time consuming that I do not like that game sucks all of my time and I'm not allowed to play other games because I don't like that. I don't that's not what we're talking about, I guess, but I don't like how a game like that is not polished the way that it needs to be polished by, you know, they're trying to pump that out by November, and it drives me crazy when people are under maps shooting, you know, there's exploits all over the maps. There's problems with the balance and the guns. There's a whole bunch of issues. Well, and I don't like how blockbuster games are forced to release those. I'm sure the game developers, I'm sure the people actually coding the games, testing the games, I'm sure they don't want to release. They're putting their heart and soul into it. I'm sure they don't want to release that game when it's not ready.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that is also, that's a good point, and I completely agree with you. But that's not all blockbuster games. That's select franchises. Like, for example, Call of Duty and Battlefield are going to come out every year, no matter what we do.
Well,
and I mean, I don't like that either, and I don't necessarily like how they're being developed by 3 different developers. But anyway, but like, a good blockbuster game, like for example Halo, or I think we've all played Gears of War 3. Gears of War 3 had a few years in between each game before they released. And even look, the new Gears of War, Gears of War came out, 3 came out, 2 years ago, and now the new Gears of War is, we haven't even heard anything. We've only heard that it's coming, but we don't know when.
Something's coming.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Well,
Another is Rockstar. I mean, they release games every 5 years
oh
plus.
yeah, they take
Yeah, and
their
I mean,
time,
and
make
those
sure
are
their
blockbuster
product is
games,
good,
so I mean,
absolutely.
this question is too smart for me.
It's it's a
Yeah,
complicated question.
Too many
it's,
words.
It's a great question.
It is. It really is.
But it's. I don't know if we know enough combined to come up with a solution, or an answer, or even if there is a set answer, it might just be perception at this point. Regardless,
Yeah, well,
the history will tell. The market will play out and tell us.
I want to say I love where technology is. I mean, the games that we saw at E3, look how good they look.
Blew
So
my mind.
if that is what's producing these games, then generally speaking, I absolutely love where games are. If I'm getting games that look that good and play that, that's what I really care about, is if they're sustainable, not just eye candy. But
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Technology has pushed games way further than I could have ever imagined. I remember playing Super Mario Brothers 3 and thinking that was the greatest game I have ever played in my life. I'm a raccoon with a tail and I'm flying. So as a whole, I guess I can umbrella this and say to 6, yes. I am grateful that games have the technology that they have, and that, I mean, my Xbox, I just set it up to the TV downstairs, and now when I say Xbox on, everything turns on, my receiver, my TV, my everything, and it's integrated with my TV. I cannot believe that that's where we are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And just in closing, you just reminded me of it's how the market works, and if I don't see. For instance, what was it? 32 game developers in 2011 closed their doors. If they spent too much money on a game and closed their doors, then that's how the market plays out. They made incorrect decisions, and someone will fill their shoes. It's not just an empty vacuum that they're in.
And especially in the gaming industry, I mean, you kind of live or die. You make a good game and succeed, or you make a bad game and fail, right?
Yeah,
I mean, there's really no in between.
Absolutely, and we as gamers really show the market, drive the market by showing them what we want when a good game comes out, a new concept comes out, and that's just how it works. So I don't think it's good or bad. I just think it's reality.
It's real, and I think I think the gaming industry. No, sorry. Yeah, I think the gaming industry is very free market oriented. It's there's no manipulation with real, politics as much.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's one of the least regulated sectors in society.
It is. If it's a good game, people will buy it. If it's a bad game, they won't. I mean, it's almost as black and white as that. Unless it's hyped, and then I buy Blink and then realize, oh my gosh, this was the crappiest game I've ever played.
Yeah, but even Brink, which was completely hyped, and I bought it too.
I even called it wrong, Brink. Yeah,
Yeah.
I blocked that out of my psyche. I hate that game so bad.
I think hype can only take you so far, because it was hyped and we both bought it, but you don't see a sequel. And
true.
I mean,
very true.
how many we bought it and returned it a week later. I mean, it's not
horrible. Yeah,
I think hype does push things, but I think it can only take you so far.
Yeah,
What it really comes down to is if it's a good game or it's a bad game.
Mark Ashley,
Brink was a bad game.
Close us out of this wormhole we've fallen into. Closing thoughts, Mark Ashley?
We've got two kinds of gamers. Ones who want good games and ones who want games more often.
Amen. Amen, brother. Amen.
I like that.
I think I'm both.
Although this year, this holiday season, there's just too many games for me.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
Let's hope for some games to be postponed.
Thank you guys for sending your emails. If you want to shoot us an email, please do so. info@x1bros.com, info@x1bros.com. You can also contact any of us via our gamer tags on the Xbox, and feel free to write us there. We will read it over the air. Let's talk about two games that we didn't get to talk about last week during the E3 thing. Well, we mentioned them, but we didn't get to go in depth. The first one being Alien Isolation. This is a big game. When does it come out? October? Yes.
Ah, freak again.
Is it October? Yeah, there it is. October
Another
7th.
October game.
With,
we got as gamers, we got some good stuff coming up.
It comes
Grab your
out.
wallets,
It
everybody.
comes out the same day as Middle Earth and 2K15, and the week.
I'll be getting
of,
Middle Earth.
The week of Dragon Age as well.
That is
Oh
a
my
huge
gosh.
week.
Oh man! Wow. So thoughts?
Battlefield Hardline is that month as well.
Oh yeah.
Did you already say that?
Battlefield and Evolve are that month, yeah. But just in
Wow.
that week, you've got Middle Earth, NBA, 2K,
Oh my gosh.
Dragon Age, Alien, Isolation, and Skylanders. Whoa! That's like...
Yeah, Sunset
Super Bowl.
Overdrive, Assassin's Creed. That's that month.
Yeah.
That's a big month.
So Alien Isolation, Mark Ashley, what are your thoughts on Alien Isolation? Look good, doesn't look good, excited, not excited, will you buy it, will you not buy it?
I won't buy it because it's too scary.
Yeah.
I'll be freaked out. I won't be able to play. But yeah, I won't buy it. I don't know if I'll even buy it. You know, it's like zombie games, and I've never even seen it in the Alien movies or anything. So they're just not exactly my style of game. Although it would be kind of fun to play it just to get freaked out, you know. But it's not something I would probably buy.
Cool. Well, I mean,
All right.
everyone has
Just
their
because
style of game.
Shadow of Mordor is coming out and going to
Oh,
take
okay.
over my life.
That is true. Jordan, what are your thoughts on Alien Isolation?
It looks cool. It does look cool. There's so many games coming out. I don't want to say which ones I'm buying, because then I'll have to like stick to it. 'Cause there's so many games coming out that month. So I'm not gonna say which games I'm buying that month. But it does look cool. My only worry is, wait, who's developing this one? Does anybody know?
Alien Isolation, I don't, but I'm sure
Because the last Alien I played, and that one was super hyped. I bought into it. I think it was Colonial Marines.
It's a different
Different developer, because I think it was
than
what,
them, yeah.
2K did the last one?
I'm not sure. I'm fairly certain it's a different developer because I know everyone was making fun of the.
It's by the Creative Assembly, published by Sega, distributed by 20th Century Fox.
Okay.
and-
Okay, yeah, because I mean, don't get me wrong. The other Alien had a lot of cool things, like they had the original gun sounds from the movies, you know, and stuff like that. But the game itself just wasn't. It was kind of
That's right.
subpar.
That's
it
right.
wasn't that great. So, I mean,
Gearbox made the first one.
Yeah, there you go,
because
Gearbox.
Their
That was
CEO
it,
was coming
Gearbox.
under fire because he was criticizing Destiny, and everyone was just saying, "How about Alien? I mean, your voice acting in Alien was terrible." Anyways, that's a different topic. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
so
These are the same developers. These are the same guys that did Medieval Total War, Rome. These are the same people.
oh, okay. Well, see, and that gets me a little bit more excited. I mean, it does look good, but the last one wasn't too good, so I don't know.
You've got a bad taste in your mouth from the last one, even
Ex-girlfriend.
though it's a completely different
Yeah.
game. But I can understand
It's a
that.
completely different game, but I guess let's just say because of the last game, I'm a little bit hesitant on it.
Yeah,
So
I
maybe
can
I'll
see
just
that.
wait for more information, maybe a couple more gameplay demos.
No, I think that's completely
we'll see,
fair.
and we'll see where we're at.
What about you, Mark Haywood?
The game looks amazing. I want to say visually, the game. They even made the game. I was talking to Ashley about this before the cast. It looks. They even put like CRT monitors that were green.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it had the green writing on it as you're walking around with the lighting. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's the atmosphere of like the sci-fi 1979 Alien with Sigourney Weaver. You know, they're
It's probably
taking-
in the game.
I know, probably.
That would be awesome. Then I would buy it.
Sigourney Weaver.
But it looks. I want to say because we really don't know a lot. We watched some gameplay at E3, but I don't think it really gave us an opportunity to understand. I know it's kind of a stealth game, you know, and you have to do things quietly, or an alien monster's, you know, the alien's gonna come get you, and you
Yeah.
have this little bleepy radar thing. It's very. They're taking detail. If you like the movie, the game looks fantastic. You know, if you're an Alien series fan, I mean, it looks. They are paying attention to details that
Definitely.
made the movie good,
Yeah.
you know, and suspenseful, and so we don't for me, we don't know a lot about the game as far as gameplay, except what we were shown at E3, and I don't necessarily trust gameplay like that because that could not be released, or they'll change some things or whatever. But
Yeah, I have to
visually
say,
speaking, it looks fantastic.
yeah,
it looks good.
absolutely. I have to say for myself, I'm super stoked for this game, and I think I would describe it as like a thriller game. It's one of those games where you've got, oh man, where's the alien? Oh, is he gonna get me? Oh, there he is. Oh, and then you've got to worry about it. If you're watching the gameplay, you've got to worry about other humans, bad humans getting you at the same time, and so it's just this.
And then the stupid android. Did you see the android
yeah,
guy?
yeah.
And he's like attacking you.
I know, and it's just this, and it all
stop him.
it all combines to create this on the edge of your seat thriller experience. At least that's what it looks like to me right now, and I really hope if they can deliver on that through gameplay, I am super excited for that game. That is right up my alley. Looking forward to play it. So,
But
what
David,
freaks
it's
me
a
out
stealth
about...
game.
Yeah.
stealth-
Oh, yeah.
But I
true.
don't mind.
You do stealth.
But I have done stealth. Yes, I used to be a big Metal Gear Solid guy. But
Okay,
but if you
okay.
give me the
Then
option, of stealth and going in guns blazing, I'm going in guns blazing, baby.
Well, I'm sure when an alien pops out, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's true. I hope so.
So
Ashley, I cut you off. What were you going to say? Sorry.
That android guy, he reminds me of Rust characters. When you go up to someone, they're like, "Hey, come here, come talk to me for a second," and they have no weapons or anything, and then suddenly start hacking at you.
Yeah,
That's what it
Yeah.
reminded me of.
that is true.
But he's clothed.
That is
but
true.
he's clothed.
But he's
Yeah.
still freaky.
So I think Jordan's got a bad taste in his mouth and is wary. Thinks it looks good, but a little wary.
I'm optimistic.
Mark and I
I'm-
both are optimistic. I'm a little more
does
than
look good.
optimistic. I'm super excited. Mark Ashley thinks it looks good, but there's just too many games
scared.
coming out that month probably to commit to it. At
It's
this
really,
time.
I'm just scared. I'm just,
Yeah,
I like those scary games, though. I mean, I really don't mind. I like them. And I don't think that, and if it can deliver on that scariness, I will probably get it. Because I don't think there's been a really good scary game in quite a while.
the scariest
That's
one I
true.
played was Metro, and it
Yeah.
wasn't really that scary, but
I
I
think
mean, I
the
guess it's
biggest-
kind of hard to make a scary game, but,
Yeah, I think the biggest obstacle this game has, we talked about it already, is the other games coming out that month.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's the game itself. I think visually it looks
That
good,
timing.
and if it's good, we'll be able to see it. We'll be able to watch people play it on Twitch, for example. And if it's good, the free market will we will buy it. But if it's less of a game than say Sunset Overdrive or Assassin's Creed or
Yeah.
those games, if you're going to have to choose, that's where that game's going to lose.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of Sunset Overdrive, segue.
I did that on purpose. Did I not?
Nice, yes. Speaking of Sunset Overdrive, that's another game that we really didn't get a chance to talk about too much last week, and so let's go in reverse order. For myself, my thoughts on this game, honestly, I'm just not sold, and I know that this isn't going to be a popular answer, so please give me your opinion, but be kind. There's a lot of hype behind this, and a lot of people are super excited, and I think the idea and concept is cool, but I'm just not 100% sold on it yet. I don't understand where the hype is or the excitement is, because I haven't seen anything that puts me over the edge that says, oh man, I have to get this game yet. It looks like a next-gen version of Dead Rising 3, and so to me, I'm just like, what are you giving me that's new here? That hasn't already been done, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit more cartoony, but
I mean, I do love the shell
think
shade
that's-
art style. I really like that. I also love the aspect that you're basically the kind of parkour, Tony Hawk grinding on stuff style. I think that looks cool about it, but I don't understand where all the excitement is coming for. Besides that, I mean, what's the gameplay but blowing up a lot of infected humans like you do in Dead Rising 3. You know what I mean? There's just nothing new there for me yet. And maybe it will, maybe there is. I just don't understand what the excitement is. Mark, agree, disagree, Mark Haywood?
yeah, I can see that. I mean, and I've been like this for a while. I watch the trailers, I watch gameplay. I'm trying to figure out why I like it. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm trying to. I don't. We may be offending a lot of people because there's a lot of hype around this game, but I haven't seen anything really new besides Tony Hawk sees Dead Rising 3, just like you said.
Yeah.
So Maybe there's something that'll
I,
catch my
I will
attention.
say I do like the snarky, tongue-in-cheek personality that the game has. That does appeal to me.
If that works, it's incredibly hard to put comedy into a video game, in my opinion.
True.
If it's
No, I
fun,
agree.
if it's legitimately
It
funny,
can come across
then
as lame and like you're
That-
trying too hard.
exactly. A good example of good comedy is Portal 2, or even Portal 1. But Portal 2 I was laughing out loud, and usually when comedy hits me in a game, I don't feel like I'm laughing out loud.
Also,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, I think. Oh gosh, come on, big game. Why Shell Shade? We could play it 4 players. You level up a bunch, get billions of guns. They do it well too. Borderlands, man, my brain's not working tonight. Borderlands, I think does comedy fairly well, or that tongue-in-cheek. We don't take ourselves too serious.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah. So
we'll
I
see.
don't know. I've been I guess kind of remaining quiet on this game. I want to see more and then make a.
Make a decision. Yeah.
I'm not even. I don't even want to say I'm optimistic or pessimistic yet.
You're
I'm
neutral.
just.
You're neutral and open-minded.
I'm neutral. I want to like this game. I do, but
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything that puts it over the edge for me.
Jordan, what about you?
Are you the same way?
That's
Okay, I like that style of game. You know, the self-shade kind of goofy-ish game. I think it's a cool concept because they have the zombies, but they also have other factions as well in the game that I don't know if they're enemies. They made it sound like they were enemies in the trailer, but
Like
I like the
NPC
parkourness.
enemies?
What?
Like NPC enemies or like
PC enemies, yeah, like different factions of the game.
okay, sorry.
There's gonna
sorry.
there's gonna be factions within the game. What I want to know and what would put this over the top for me, and just because this game looks like it would be fun multiplayer.
yeah.
So I want to know how the multiplayer. I know it's the 8-player co-op, and we're talking about it in chat. But I want to know more how that works.
Yeah.
I thought Dead Rising did their co-op very well.
Well,
and,
can I say there were bugs with the Dead Rising 3 co-op? Like, for example, we could not. If I did not finish a chapter with you, it didn't save onto my game.
Okay,
So
by
there
the
were
way,
issues, but
if any game developers listening, when you make a co-op game, the only thing that I ask
Only
is
thing. Only
when I
thing
go
he has.
to one of my friends' worlds and complete missions, then when I come back in my world, it's completed as well. Like, so you feel like you're progressing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not come back and then redo everything.
And for
you know
the
what I-
record, that's not the only thing Jordan asks for. He also asks that your servers be up, that you prepared to handle your traffic, that you don't ask us to sign into a third-party software, i.e. Ubisoft, or Uplay, whatever it is. Yeah.
and if there's problems, don't blink at the statement with "We didn't realize it was going to be a popular game."
No, if you have a blockbuster game, make sure it worked at 1201.
So Jordan, when he says, I have one thing, he actually means he has 1 million requests.
There's
But-
only a few game developers that have done that. I can count them all on one hand. That's how few they are.
yeah.
So to digress real quick, I didn't mean to cut you off about Dead Rising 3.
I would
Co-op
say
was-
on a scale of like 1 to 10, I'm probably maybe like an 7.5 excited for Sunset Overdrive. Just because I want to see a little bit more how their factions are working, and I want to see how the co-op works as well. But other than that, I do like the concept of the game, so I hope it does well, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Mark Haywood, were you saying something?
Oh,
Okay,
I was-
sorry.
No, it's okay. I think I was just saying when Dead Rising 3 worked, when we got co-op, as long as we completed the chapter, it was a lot of fun. So the gameplay was fun. It just pissed us off when, like, if I was in his world, I didn't. Unless we
It wouldn't
completed,
stay.
then I got nothing, and that
Yeah.
pissed us off.
But the thing that makes me excited for Sunset Overdrive right now is the gameplay. I like the jumping around style, the third person. I like all that. The gameplay looks cool. I like the graphic style, the art style, Yeah, so that's what has me hooked right now. I just want to see what else they have to offer. Because if that's it, that's not going to hold me for very long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
I
totally.
want to see what else they have to offer, and I'm sure over the summer we'll get a little bit more closer we get to release.
Yeah,
So.
Mark Ashley, what about you? What are your thoughts on this game? This game that you look forward to? Excited
Not
for?
really. No, I don't think it has enough longevity to keep it exciting. I don't know. I like the look of it. It's cool. Like it's pretty. It's kind of. I like that kind of artistic style that they put into it. But I'm not really. I've never really been that excited to it since the first time I saw the trailer for it. Reminds me too much of Borderlands, and I'd rather play Borderlands. I'm actually more excited for Evolve than I am for this game, and I'm not super excited for Evolve. So
Really, wow. Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited for Evolve.
I'm super stoked for Evolve, but yeah, I think we're all kind of just let's see. I don't think
Yeah,
they've showed us
wait
enough,
for more
really. I
info,
think maybe
you
that's
know?
the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
So having said that, we've got October. Both Sunset, the two games we talked about, and Alien come out that month. But there's a ton of other games coming up that night. And to close out tonight, what if you could pick one game in October to buy? What will it be? What would it be? One game. You only get one.
Will it be?
Yes. Or what will it be?
Assassin's Creed.
Yes. Ooh.
Assassin's Creed Unity. And only if you guys get
Can
it.
we choose a multiplayer and a single player game?
No, only one game. You have one game to buy. What will? Because October's the big month, man. That is huge.
So-
what will it be? So you want to? Is that your final answer?
Final answer, because I love co-op games. If you guys buy that game, that's my answer.
Yeah, that does look cool. That does look cool. I will admit. Whoa.
But I know Mark Ashley's gonna get Lord of the Rings. So
You know,
let's go to Mark
I'm
Ashley.
super excited for that one, but I was listening to Major Nelson's podcast earlier today, and I can't remember who was talking about it, but they were just going off about how awesome it is and how it looks. You know,
what, Assassin's Creed or Middle Earth?
Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor,
Yeah.
because it's one, Lord of the Rings. Two, there's so much into that game that it is freaking awesome. Like you can control. Well, we've talked about this so many times. You can control anybody. You can do anything. I'm just super excited for it, but I'm also wary because what if it sucks?
Yeah, well, I mean that's always.
Then I'll be mad. That's why I'm a little bit afraid
It
to
looked-
buy it. But
It looked
you know.
good. The gameplay I saw
But,
looked.
yeah, I've heard
awesome.
that it's very good. So
Huh. Yeah, that one will be interesting. So we've got Assassin's Creed from Mark
I forgot
for
what
one
else
of the
is
marks.
coming out.
and Shadow of Mordor from the other.
Because
Mark.
Assassin's Creed is like my
Okay, let
close
me
second.
run down the list real quick then for those of you that don't have it in front of you. In October, we've got Skylanders, Alien, Dragon
Oh, I
Age,
totally read that.
Middle Earth, NBA 2K, The Walking Dead, Battlefield, Evolve, Assassin's Creed, Sunset Overdrive, and that's pretty much the big games. There's a lot of little
Yeah.
games coming out, but so Jordan, what about you?
Well, I know I'm gonna get a few games in.
You only get one game in
You
October,
have to
though.
choose one.
I know.
game, one
But
game.
in reality, I'm
Hold
gonna get a
down.
few. But if the world was coming to an end and I had to pick one game, I would get this game, just because I'm a fan of the series. I loved the first one. The second one was okay, but
Oh.
I still liked it.
Oh,
And
I know
I'm
what
I'm
you're
gonna get
pick.
Dragon
Nope,
Age
Dragon
Inquisition.
Yeah.
That's number one on the list, and then I'll go from there. But that's my. I think this one looks good. It looks fun. And yeah, that's about it.
Just
So,
throw down your mic and walk away.
that's all I have to say about that.
So you stole my answer. Dragon Age is definitely
Yeah.
mine. If there's one game I could pick, Dragon Age, just because BioWare, their pedigree, their history with that game, I know what I'm gonna get,
Yeah.
and it looks awesome.
Well, and David, I remember you
Dude,
were all over the
That
first
game,
one.
I would have 6 o'clock class. I was still in college. I'd have to be up at 6 in the morning to make a 7 o'clock class, and I would be up like till 4 in the morning for like 3 weeks straight every day playing that game. And Jordan, oh man, I
Beat
love that
the
game.
Archdemon, man.
Dude, I'd beat that archdemon.
Well, I
down.
remember because I wish they would have had digital licenses back then, because I bought that game and didn't get to play it.
Yeah,
Because you
because
were
I
always
play
playing
all the
it.
time. Absolutely. Okay, saying that, Mark Haywood, you mentioned Assassin's Creed Unity for the co-op.
Well, he's not getting it now if no one else is.
No.
Real
So,
cool, guys. Real cool.
So there's two big-time co-op games coming out. Assassin's Creed in the same month. Assassin's Creed and Evolve. If you could pick between those two, which one would you pick as a co-op? Would you pick Assassin's Creed, Mark?
Yes.
Why?
I think why? I like to get immersed in games. I think Evolve. I think I'll probably still get Evolve. I mean, it looks like an awesome game, but if I were to have to choose, I feel as though Assassin's Creed I can immerse in the world a lot more. Evolve seems more of a they just throw you into a pit and you take down a monster. It's not immersible. I mean, it's a great fun co-op game, but that's
for
my
co-op
only reasoning.
purposes only, do you think Assassin's Creed will be a better co-op game than Evolve? Or for you, does it look better for co-op than Evolve?
Yeah.
Because
I
of that,
think so.
you guys can all be in the world together type of deal?
Because, yeah, it's a stealthy... I mean, with any stealth game, there's strategy involved.
Yeah.
So I think... Oh, did I just lose you guys?
Nope, I'm
Yeah, I'm here.
We're all here.
Oh, okay, sorry. I think with stealth games, it's a lot more strategy. I mean, that's just inherent with the game type.
Yeah.
And I think even though we'll be chatting, he's over there, that's about it as far as Evolve goes, or trap him, or, I guess there is strategy, but I think the level of strategy is highly increased with the stealth game.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard question though, because at least for me it'd be a hard question. But
Jordan, what about you? If you had to pick between those two, what do you think looks like a better co-op game? I mean,
Well, I don't know. Well, okay, so I'll give them this. This new Assassin's Creed looks and feels different than all the other ones, and I feel like I haven't been able to say that about an Assassin's Creed game in a while. Like, whenever I see a new Assassin's Creed game, I'm like, okay, looks like the same thing all over again. You know what I mean? This one does feel and look a lot cooler and different, and then the same kind of goes for Evolve, because Left 4 Dead was really fun, but I kind of got bored really fast. Like, it was fun,
I see. And so
but
Evolve
I was
is
just
kind of
like,
on those.
meh,
same-
that was fun to play for a few hours. Let's go
of-
play something
lack
else.
of
You know what I
depth.
mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a hard question. I really don't know.
And Jordan, for those of you who are listening, just called into our show. That totally sounds like a phone
know.
call, doesn't it?
He's in his
it's,
car right now.
It's Skype. You're
So-
just a little Skypey there, but
I've heard this argument with Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed just looks like it looks a lot like the other Assassin's Creed. I have to argue. We talked about how much co-op improves the funness of games,
That's
and
true.
I think Assassin's Creed with co-op is going to be incredibly fun with friends.
Yeah.
And I think it'll take the game to the next level.
no, I
in my
agree
opinion.
with Jordan on Assassin's Creed that this one does look different, but Black Flag did look a lot different too, and it was different for the most part. I just,
Well, yeah, I mean,
please
and I
don't
see-
take
I
me
see-
back to Abstergo, please. I'm done with Abstergo.
Well, and I see people are disagreeing with me. Black Flag was totally different, but I'm just saying from when I see the trailer, like when I saw the gameplay of this, it felt new.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
It
Well,
didn't feel like a new like a rehash. Whereas I'm sure that I feel bad saying I'm sure the other ones weren't a rehash or anything. But when I saw the trailers from like Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, Flag, it just looked kind of the same to me. It didn't really grab me like
Well,
this.
and co-op is what makes it different. So you guys would
Yeah,
both
and I guess-
say,
yeah, that's right,
You guys
so.
would both say that because of the immersive world and all you can do, Assassin's Creed looks like the better co-op game as of right now. Mark
well,
Ashley,
I still don't know.
what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I still think that Assassin's Creed is a better game. Well, I'm going to say that a better game than
he's-
Evolve, but
that's a bold statement.
because we haven't played it yet. But no, I really did like Black Flags,
Black Flag.
whatever.
Because you liked killing
Plural,
whales.
singular.
Be honest.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's the only time I could do it legally. But no, I think
Video game whales.
I
not
think
real life
Assassin's
whales. We
Creed
love
has more of a story to it, and it's true, it is more immersive. Like Evolve looks kind of like Titanfall, where you just go in, play a couple matches with your friends, and then you jump out.
Huh, yeah.
And if I'm gonna pay $60, I already have a game like that, so I'd rather get Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. So
Booyah.
I am gonna have to disagree with you guys I'm the odd man out in this one.
I didn't pick. I don't know.
Well, and here. If I were to pick for co-op, I think I'd pick Evolve, because that aspect of it looks like you just get on and just play with your friends. I like that. I think that's what appeals to me. I like then that I can be like, if none of my friends are on, I can be the monster and go destroy some group of friends and play against them. And I like that new concept. I mean, I guess it's not really that new, but this 1 versus 4, and you're really strong, and I would love to destroy some people.
I don't. Hopefully, that's not. See the thing with Evolve, like, is that the only game mode, or is there different?
Yeah,
modes?
but
You know
I do see what you're saying. Whereas Left 4 Dead did get old.
But like,
there was lack of depth there, and Assassin's Creed will have that depth.
Then the thing with Assassin's Creed is, their primary focus is on the single player. So will the multiplayer successfully?
The co-op.
And to be honest with you, we're not going to be able to play multiplayer until 2-3 weeks in. So
So we don't have to get it until October or
Boom!
November
There it is. Drop the
anyways.
mic, walk away.
Boom!
Said it.
So
I'm
that's our
sorry,
November game then.
I like Ubisoft, I really do, but their track record with online kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, we will
But,
see how it goes.
No,
Anyway.
I just don't know which one to choose. It's hard.
Yeah. Well,
It's
no, I think
legitimately
we're all
having a
agree. We're not
difficult
saying
time
one is
for
better
you.
than the other. I think we both agree they both look like good games. Just
Yeah.
what would we prefer for co-op is the question.
Yeah.
But I think great discussion, guys. Shall we get out of here? I think we should. I think another podcast.
Why not?
Down. Rad like my dad, Mark Ashley. What will you be up to this week, and where can people find you?
You can check me out on Twitch, Twitter, and gamertag at radlikemydad. I want to stream next week, but I don't get my internet until the 2nd of July. If I stream anything, it won't be till Wednesday because they messed up my internet, so I have to get my faster internet from my first company again. But anyways, that's a long story and a stupid story, and I'm still sad about it. But so we'll say Wednesday, 3 o'clock Mountain Time,
Mountain Standard Time.
and we'll do that for next week. And then the week after, I'll actually have a steady stream from there on.
Yeah, and stay tuned, actually, everyone. Next week, we will have a month-long calendar up on our site. For the month of July, we're going to be doing this every month. It will have everyone's schedules on there for the entire month, so you can plan your vacations around us. You can plan your date nights around us, what have you. Jordan, how about you? What will you be up to? Oh, actually, why don't you tell everyone what you'll be up to?
You might want to come to me last. 'cause
Yeah,
I'll
no, tell everyone. What will you be up to this week?
Okay, so well, first of all, you can find me on the Xbox at JordTheMan, on Twitch at JordTheMan_X1Bros, and then on Twitter at JordTheMan_XOB. Or no, just XOB. I don't even know my own name.
No, yeah.
Anyway,
I know your name, JordTheMan_XOB.
yeah,
Nice.
that's it.
That's his Twitter, everyone.
Okay. I won't be streaming very much this next week
Why don't you?
because I will be on my honeymoon
on his honeymoon.
for.
He's
Dude,
just
I
kidding.
think
He
that'll
probably
be.
will
I
stream.
think that'd be some good.
Maybe
I
I'll
think that'd be
sneak
good.
out maybe I'll bring the Game Boy or something, and we can.
Yeah, dude. I think
It's a
that'd be.
4-hour car ride, so I can do something there.
I think your T-minus is 10 hours for being,
Well, I don't think I'm
Solo.
gonna be able to sleep very well tonight, so maybe I'll scream Wild Star or something right
Oh,
after
dude,
this.
that'd be awesome, actually. Wow. So funny. Honey, I'm tired. What were you doing? I was playing video games all night.
So, yeah, I won't be at the Couchcast next week, and I won't really be streaming this week. But I will be here next Friday, and then from next Friday forward, me and David will work out the schedule, and I'll be on the calendar and everything. So,
Yeah, well, so everyone wish Jordan congratulations on his wedding and streaming. He should stream his honeymoon. I think that'd make for good Twitch TV.
oh dear.
we are going to a lake town. So,
Mark Haywood, how about yourself?
You can find me at Mr. McSpicy on Twitter. Also on Twitch, Mr. McSpicy, and my Xbox Live account is Mr. McSpicy. They're all the same. I will be... yeah, they are. Believe it or not, they're all the
that
same.
blows my mind.
I know. I know. It's a weird concept, Jordan. You should try it. Okay. I will be streaming tomorrow at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, I'm going to stream 1001 Spikes single player. So if you want to see me rage and try to beat that game, I'm going to give it a shot. I will be raging.
Dude,
have a hard time,
I'm going to
but I
watch
will.
you just for that. And if I'm going to be the antagonizer in chat, just...
Yeah. Hey man, do you see Spike there?
Yeah. Can't believe you missed that spike popping up.
Yeah, shut up. I'll ban you. I don't care if you're a mod. I will ban you right then and there.
Awesome.
Anyways, yes, so that's what I'm up to. And I will be playing other games. I might stream a lot more actually if I have my setup all running now too. So
Have a ginormous TV.
I know I want to game a lot more. It's awesome. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing.
Awesome. Myself, I will be streaming once again. I'm going to try to do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night this week, 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to finish Mad Max, most definitely. And then, Jordan, you were going to interrupt me.
Yeah, did you complete your goal for this week? I didn't ask.
I missed Wednesday, unfortunately. Yes, I got Monday and Tuesday in, and I missed Wednesday. Sorry, everyone. But Thursday and Friday, here I am. We got 2 streams there. So the next week, I'm going to do the same thing again. I've got a good schedule out. I've got it all set up, and I enjoy that. So Mad Max, most definitely. Then I really haven't yet got into Watch Dogs, so I'll probably get into that once I beat Mad Max. So look forward to that. I am X1 Bros on everything. So contact me there. I love getting tweets from you guys. And that's it. That's our show, everyone. Jordan, this is your last chance to back out, my friend.
No. She's probably watching.
Yeah, really. Anyways, congratulations to Jordan on his wedding. This is his bachelor party on the interwebs with you guys, the
Spend it with
X1
you guys.
Bros community. So he has sacrificed. But thank you, everyone, for joining our cast. Should we all end with our X1 Bros wave for those who can see it? Here we go.
I'm waving.
All right, see you guys next week.
That is such a cool wave.